Okay, so imagine you're a golfer and you've played for years, maybe decades. You've made a lot of progress in that time, but you're still not quite where you want to be. Now, what if someone told you that in order to improve and get to a higher level of golf, you would have to change your swing? Would you do it? On the surface, the answer sounds obvious. You're down to do whatever it takes to improve your swing. But if you think about it, rebuilding your swing means undoing things that you've been used to for years and that have worked well for you to a certain extent in that time. Rebuilding your swing also means that, at least temporarily, your game would go downhill a little bit as you learn the technique of your new swing. Well, golfers do this all the time. And for a lot of us, we're just scratching for fun. But if you really want to see how good you can get, I have a tip from one of my biggest DJ influences that I think you should try. So last week I got to session with a bunch of people, including DJ Babu. And after the session, he comes up and says, "Hey Mike, I noticed that on the fader, most of the time you're using your middle finger and ring finger in addition to your thumb." And I was like, yeah, that's pretty much the way I've kind of gotten used to doing things. I've been doing them that way a long time. So he says, okay, have you ever tried instead using your index finger on the fader? My first thought to that was like, nah, that doesn't really sound great, because in terms of strength, your strongest finger is probably your middle finger, right? You know that one. But me and him got to talking more about it, and apparently he watches D Styles so closely that he noticed D uses his pointer finger on the fader, and Babs was like, well, if that's what D Styles does, then that's what I need to be doing. So I went home and tried it. I guess the first thing I would tell you about it is that if you're not used to using your index finger on the fader and you try it that way for the first time, you will get tired faster than you usually get tired from scratching, because, you're using different muscles than you're used to, right? But having said that, I do feel like certain scratches or certain sounds or certain techniques came out flowing more smoothly than they did when I was doing things the way I did before. I'm thinking that this is because it's more easy to move in a relaxed manner for some reason when you're using your index finger. And I feel like in some cases it's easier to be precise when you're using your index finger, because think about it, if you were going to draw like an intricate finger painting, what finger would you use? Probably your index finger, right? Another thing you might find is that if there are scratches you've been doing for years and years and you've had them mastered for a really long time, it'll be easy to start doing them with your index finger on the fader. But for ones that maybe you learned not too long ago, those will take more getting used to. All right, so that's it for this episode of Skratch Snobs. I'm your host, Mike C. If you came across our channel by accident, check out our list of videos. We got videos about beat juggling, scratching, battling, just everything we know about DJing we're trying to share with you guys. If you're looking for scratch records, definitely check out skratchsnobs.com. That's where you can find the 7-inch vinyl that was put together by myself and Akiko Love, and also my scratch record with Don Paco. So thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're into this stuff, and catch you next time. Skratch Snobs!